Time to musk up.
Okay, so today I want to talk about releases that came out in 2022 that I have bottles of, and fragrances that I picked up in 2022 that are my favorites. To be honest, I don't have many releases that came out in 22, although I have sampled many 2022 releases. But before we start, I want to say I hope everyone enjoyed their Christmas, and hopefully 2023 brings everyone plenty of happiness and prosperity. And with that, we will begin. So let's start with, I'm going to talk about my favorite pickups that were not released in 2022. And I'm gonna go through them quickly, at least I'll try. And this was Gucci Nobile, and gorgeous bottle. And this I personally think is a better version of Drakkar Noir. Not as harsh, a lot more refined. I find not as deep and rich either, but this is gorgeous. Love this. Next favorite pickup, spoke about this. This is Queer de Russie. This is the EDT concentration. All right. EDT, and we all know this. This is the classic birch leather from Chanel. Birch leather, ylang, orange blossom, smoky, animalic. I think there's jasmine in here as well. Just absolute classic. Next one is a musk from Maurice Rossel, but we are not talking about Uncut Gem. We are talking about Musk Panache by Maison Ribacci, and this is a irisy musk fragrance, light but still has some heft, still lasts on the skin. At least for me it does. Somebody said that it didn't, but of course everyone's skin is different. But citrus, again, I think there's orange blossom in here as well. But yeah, really good stuff. Next up, I think I've showed this. I'm pretty sure I got it this year. I think so. And that is Dior Fahrenheit. It's an 89 bottle, 100 ml. And we all know this. This is the gasoline station of the fragrance game. That violet leaf, that leather, that lavender, spice. Just absolute gorgeous, amazing wear. Next we got this is Spice Galore, Spices and Spices. This fragrance is actually amazing. It sucks that it's discontinued, but Cacharel Nemo. And look at that bottle. I mean, it's got like the ball bearing at the top. The sprayer spins, like so unique, right? And I think the main spice here is nutmeg. I'm still not very familiar with this fragrance, but the couple of times I've worn it, it was just love at first sniff, honestly. Great stuff. Next. Now, this fragrance here is compared to Antaeus, and it's got those two main facets. It's got that leather, and it's got that rosiness here. And that is Van Cleef & Arpels EDT. Love this stuff. Smells perfect from Anooj, Enchanté, Perfumes.com, where you can get all your perfect condition vintages. And like I said, this is a leather fragrance of amazing leather fragrance with some rose, some spice, woods, a little dirty as well. Next up, I got this bottle from Italy, sealed, perfect condition, at a normal price, I'd say. Just showed you the bottle, but Antidote by Victor and Rolf. And this is it's doing this kind of Lamal thing, lavender, but I like that this has some nice touches of incense in here. Some vanilla, and this touch of kind of bubblegum. There's definitely some bubblegum sweetness here, but it's done perfectly, and works well on my skin. Really enjoyed it. Perfect condition too. Duh, because I said it's sealed. Next, this was one of my favorite vintage pickups by far from Anooj, and that is Davidoff Classic. This is a little 25 ml splash. I got a couple of these. And what was this? This is, I think this is like a basil. Yeah, it's really green, really spicy and leathery, and by a nice castoreum, a little animalic, nice leathery castoreum here, and the basil aromatic touches, nice green leather almost. Really love this stuff, really like it, really good. Okay, so the next vintage pickup that I got is one of my favorites from Anooj as well, and this is from Cartier, and this is Santos de Cartier. And this is a 30 ml splash, comes in this little faux leather pouch. Gorgeous, like barbershop fougere here. Love this bottle. I know the silver, gold, and the brown is weird, but I like it. Although I'm more of a modern type of person. I like sharp edges, brushed alloy, and stuff like that. This is still pretty damn cool, I'd say. And you can travel with this. Pretty cool. Next up is a Ride or Die fragrance, and this is probably like a top 10 keeper if I had to like keep something in any concentration, to be honest. Doesn't matter, EDT, EDP, Parfum, but in particular this one because I did get it this year, and that was number 19. Well, opened it up. Number 19, and this is a 90s bottle here. And this is just your gorgeous galbanum and iris, amongst other things, but mainly galbanum and orris here. But this, the higher the concentration, the closer to the skin and the more florals I get. The EDT is a lot more galbanum I get personally. Love this. Now, last but not least, this pickup, the person that sold it to me, I think regrets selling it to me. Now, one thing I'm gonna say right now is, do not pay $200, $300 for this. I don't think it's worth it, and I'm gonna tell you why it's not. But regardless, I'm glad to have this because I do love this line, and that is Silver Stem Dior Homme. All right, see if you could pick up the Dior on the stem. Right now, why do this is worth it? Now, I still love this, don't get me wrong, but the 2012, I think it was reformulated, the black stem, that version is more masculine, more woods, more vetiver, not as sweet. Demaché definitely made it more masculine than Polge did, Olivier Polge. And although this is great, I don't think it's worth two, three more times the money that you would pay for Dior Homme Original, which is what it's called now. If you look for it, it'll be a black stem, and Dior Homme will not be on the cap. Those are the 2020 versions. You want the Dior Homme right here, like it says, except now it will say Original underneath Dior Homme, and it's a black stem. That's what you want to look for when you are buying the Dior Homme Original. I know it's really confusing now, but that being said, this is still great. I get more orris, more chocolate touches here than I do, more vanilla than I do from the black stem, but regardless, still good. But like I said, not worth $200, $300. I think it's hyped up completely. I don't think it's worth $200, $300. Okay, I thought that was the last one, but this is one of the most beautiful bottles by far. I think Hermes makes one of the most gorgeous bottles by far, and that is the Gallo by Hermes. Like, at one point when I first got this, I would do this a lot. It just goes in so smooth. That didn't sound right. Anyways, now as you can see, this is you put your foot in here to get on top of the horse. And this is, to me, a kind of fruity floral leather. And although the top is maybe a little feminine, you get the fruity osmanthus and a fruity citron note. Slowly, this nice dirty leather starts to peek through in the dry down. Really good, slightly animalic, blended very, very well. And just, I mean, come on. Unbelievable. All right. Okay, so these are releases that came out in 2022. And like I said, not many of them. So let's just run them through. This one I got as a partial, and that is Savit de Nuit by Rouge L'Adore. Gorgeous presentation, right? I don't know if you can see by Russian Atom there at the bottom, right? And this is obviously a civet fragrance, but I think a Popinax is one of the main resins here. So a very resinous, woody, leathery, animalic fragrance. Absolutely gorgeous, very balmy. Sweetness, but all the sweetness is coming from very natural sweetness here. Balsamic kind of sappy tree sweetness. Next up, I spoke about this, and this is basically rose water cologne. Very fresh, watery, musky rose fragrance, and that is Paris Paris by Chanel. Nice, easy wear, gorgeous stuff. Next up is from Celine, and this was the first release from 2022. They also came out with Bois Dormant. I do not have that one, but will one day. But this is Rimbaud, and gorgeous, blended perfectly. The lavender and the iris and the musk here play very, very well together. Nothing takes the lead here in my opinion. I think there's definitely some vanillic touches in here as well. Nice, easy wear, not loud, very dry, aromatic, gorgeous stuff. And I was looking to get a bottle of Uncut Gem at News Paris, and guess what? The 100 ml bottle is back ordered. So this stuff is obviously selling. Now, I don't know if that's because it's just a new release, but it's back ordered. But the 50 ml isn't back ordered, so I don't know. Maybe they already got stock of the 50 ml, but not 100. But anyways, basically amberwoods and musk is the main thing I get here, and some orange at the top, some angelica, some vetiver, some leather, some incense. Now, personally, this is starting to macerate a little bit since there's been some air in here, and I am picking up a little bit more angelica. Not as much as I like to, but still I am picking some more up, some more facets. And this is a mass appealing fragrance. This stuff, people enjoy this smell. I've asked people before when I've went out in the city, and people like it. Now, I have saved the best for last. Now, if you've watched my videos about these fragrances, then you know that these were a gift from a friend, so I gotta let you know that. But regardless, let's talk about the first one, and that is Bel Homme by Les Abstraits. This is the second release from Eugene, and basically how I describe this is picture Godiva dark chocolate melted inside a makeup bag, and you have Bel Homme. That's how I describe it. And this one, now this obviously you already know what I'm going to talk about, but personally I waited and nothing has beat this fragrance out. This is by far the best fragrance that I've smelled in 2022, and that is La de la Exquise, a gorgeous multifaceted rose fragrance with spice, resins, and a gorgeous natural leathery castoreum note in here. And I mean, what is there to say that hasn't been said? It is what it is. It's the best release. What are you gonna do? All right. Okay, so that's my list. Let me know if you've tried anything, and let me know what you got for Christmas, if you got anything good. All right, take care. Bye. See you in 2023.